A lot has happened in the last couple of months. Appraisals, inspections, home searching, a lot of anticipation, and a lot of waiting. But your perseverance is about to pay off because we are on the verge of the long-awaited closing day. Let's go get your keys. Hi, I'm Mike Padlo, Realtor in the Detroit Metro and Michigan Downriver area. Welcome back to my channel, Detroit Area Homes. Okay, so most of the hard work should be done by now. The terms of the contract should be agreed upon and the contract signed. A satisfactory inspection by the buyer, an appraisal verifying the purchase price of the property is going to work should have already occurred. And finally, the title company has done its work to make sure that ownership can be transferred and will make the long-awaited announcement that this transaction is now clear to close. In the days leading up to the closing, both the buyer and the seller will receive a copy of the closing disclosure statement. This is a document that is several pages long that outlines all of the details of the transaction. It has, of course, the purchase price on it, all the fees charged by the mortgage company and the broker and who's paying them, any amount of taxes or insurance that have to be paid up front will be on that document. The commissions paid to both agents will be clearly indicated on the document, and any costs that the buyer is paying for the seller or that the seller is paying for the buyer will be outlined on this document. So essentially, it'll have the bottom line. What does the buyer have to pay and what does the seller have to pay in order to finish the transaction? As the buyer in this transaction, it is required that the mortgage company provide you a copy of the closing disclosure statement at least 3 days prior to closing in order to give you enough time to look it over and make sure that everything looks okay to you. If everything looks okay on the closing statement, then there's one more thing you as the buyer need to do. You need to schedule a final walkthrough, which is an opportunity for you to take a tour of the property, make sure that everything looks good and as you expect based on what it looked like the last time you saw it. Some typical things you're going to want to look for during your final walkthrough would be to see that the seller has made any repairs that they agreed to make prior to the closing. You'd want to make sure that any included items that are supposed to be on the property are still there. And you want to make sure that there are no debris or trash left on the premises or left behind, say, in the closed garage. And you might want to take a look around the exterior of the property to make sure all of the landscaping fixtures that you expected to be there are still there. For a more complete list of things to consider on your final walkthrough, I've left a link in the description for you to download a copy of 10 things to look for during your final walkthrough. So if everything looks good during your final walkthrough, the only thing you have left to do is to show up for the closing. Make sure that your writing hand is stretched out and limber and ready to go because you're going to have plenty of paperwork to sign. Okay, maybe not that much paperwork, but anyway, be prepared to sign a bunch of forms. Then you just need to submit payment for whatever you were due as it appeared on the closing disclosure statement. And at this point, congratulations, you are now a homeowner. I hope this video series helped answer all your questions about the home buying process. If not, feel free to contact me. My information is below in the description. I also put a link there to my home buyer packet that I give to all my new buyer clients. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I release new videos each week on all things real estate, and you don't want to miss any of it. See you next time.